Hello everybody, it's me, GhostCritic. It's Wednesday, it's comic book pull list video day. Before I get on to my nice healthy stack of 10 comics this week, just an update on video content. There hasn't been a Pure Comics podcast for a week or two. Sorry about that. Last weekend it was Valentine's Day, so I didn't really think I'd be able to get anyone, so I didn't ask anyone. This Sunday I am away for the weekend. It is London Comic Mart, so I will be away. I will not be back in time for that. But after I've uploaded this video, I will be sending a message to someone out there to ask if they'd like to be on my podcast for the next Sunday after this Sunday. So I will let that person know and see if they want to join in and have a little one-on-one chat with me. This week, had some more subscribers to my channel. Thank you very much. As I've said in the last couple of videos, if you subscribe to my channel within the past 7 days, I will give you a shout out and say thank you very much for joining my channel. And if you also do videos yourself, I will put a link to your channel in the description bar below and point people in your direction. And hopefully you'll get some subscribers yourself, some views on your videos if people like what you're putting out. So don't forget also, if you're going to subscribe to my channel, have a conversation down there in the comment section. Let me know you're there. I will say, if you subscribe to my channel in weeks gone by, and I've already shouted you out, unsubscribing me and subscribing me in the next week does not mean you're going to get a second shout out. I think you know who I'm talking about. Well, one of you does. So yes, that won't be happening. You won't get a second shout out. This is all new people. So without further ado, and thank you to all these new people. Don't forget there's a comment section down there. There's a thumbs up button. Hit all those good stuff. This week, subscribe to me, Diego Manzano, Lord Fader, Sam Bradbury, Suburban Neon Weekend, Adam Stabelli, and I'm sorry, I don't want to butcher your name, I will just say Willem. And he doesn't have a channel, or she, I don't know, but just know, thank you very much for subscribing, hitting that little red button and joining the madness that is here. So check out the description bar for any of those subscribers that have got videos on their channel. Go and have a look. Let them know I sent you their way, and hopefully you'll subscribe to them. So that was the subs this week. On to the comic books. Kind of good and bad, really, in the sense that yes, it's good, I've got 10 comics. Bad in that it is the third week of the month, and the third of the week of the month for me is the last week before payday, so I don't have a lot of money left at the end of the month. So I was a bit worried I wasn't going to be able to afford all these, but fortunately I just scraped through, and I'm just hoping for Friday payday to hurry up, I need some more money. Okay, so there's a lot of Marvel, a few DC, and a couple of Image. One of those Image titles is finishing with that particular issue. I'll get on to that when we get there. I'm kicking off with Marvel, starting off with issue 5 of the Uncanny Inhumans, the start of a new storyline, The Quiet Room. I've been really enjoying this. It was a nice kind of like time travel-y tale from the last story arc, and kind of having Black Bolt and Medusa in their kind of new roles. They're not together anymore. Medusa is now involved with the Human Torch. I believe there are storylines coming up to explain how that has happened, because it does seem quite strange, given Human Torch's background with the Inhumans. He used to go out with fellow Inhuman Crystal way back, so that should be interesting, but I'm really enjoying this, along with issue 7 of Extraordinary X-Men. Great fun title. I love Humberto Ramos's art. He's still going strong on here, and it looks like we've got a bit of a Nightcrawler centric storyline going on there. Another book I'm very intrigued with, and it's kind of building up. I'm not sure really what's going on here and how it all fits in, but we've got Squadron Supreme issue number 4. They've already beheaded Namor, though that can't be right. Something must be happening there. But this band of kind of dubiously moral superheroes who basically don't want our Earth to come under any danger and will do anything to make sure no harm comes to it. So interesting setup, but I think there's more to come and more explanation before this becomes firmly embedded on my pull list. Also have issue 2 of Dan Slott and the Aldred creators, Silver Surfer. I did not pick up the last series and kind of kicked myself about it. Been picking that up in back issues, so I thought, right, this time I'm coming in straight away with issue 1. Issue 1 was actually a lot of fun. And here's issue 2. We've got the Thing rolling around here. Silver Surfer in his grasp. Looking forward to seeing what that's all about. Finally, from Marvel, Jason Aaron's Star Wars. Really enjoying this. I think it's incredibly accessible to fans of Star Wars of all experience. I toughed it out for a little while with Dark Horse, but it was way too in-depth and convoluted, and I felt I was missing out so much. But with this, I feel on board with it. I know who these characters are for the most part, and I don't feel left out with anything. So great that this is still on my pull list, and fun to see it back at Marvel. On to DC, 2 Vertigo titles. It's Astro City issue 32. As always, Kurt Busiek always writes a great story, whether it's a one-shot storyline, which I prefer because he does them so well. He doesn't miss a beat. To his more elongated storylines within Astro City, which may be 3 or 4, which, while are still good, I don't think are his best, which is weird. And I know people have commented on this before, because he does an absolutely great job on the Autumn Lands, which is ongoing. So he has the ability to write long form story arcs. But in Astro City, something for me just doesn't click on the longer story arcs, and I prefer these done in ones. But Astro City is still a great title. Surprised, to be honest, it's still going. The only other DC Vertigo title I've got this week is issue number 5 of Gail Simone's Clean Room. Creepy and creepy. I love this. It's a really well done psychological horror comic book, and I just don't know what else to say about it. It's something that you have to read and experience, and it is an experience if you enjoy that kind of genre of horror, which is kind of mixed in with the kind of nightmarish, but it's also, like I said, very psychological. If that's up your alley, then this book certainly is, and you will get the full effect of it. I shudder every time I read through these titles. One more DC, beg your pardon. It's issue number 9 of Dr. Fate. I am enjoying Dr. Fate. I'm glad I jumped on board. I think the writer, who is it writing this? That's it, Paul Levitz. He's dragging it out a little bit to begin with. We need to kind of up the action. We're kind of getting an origin story and the history of Dr. Fate. I think he just needs to speed things up and move on from that now. It's kind of dragging its heels a little bit, and I worry that this might, well, I bet it isn't a very big seller. I don't hear a lot of people talking about Dr. Fate, but I just don't see it lasting incredibly long, especially given the new DC Rebirth, whatever that is. I haven't really read much about it. Finally, 2 issues from Image. We've got David Lapham's Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses, issue number 12. I'm loving that this has kept going for so long. The last series only lasted about 6 issues, I think, 6 or 8. So to have this still going and to be still such great quality of storytelling, the last issue was a bit weird, it was a bit comical, it was kind of a diversion to what the main storyline really was about, so I'm hoping to come back to that and add more kind of anticipation of this job that this couple are meant to be performing, but are taking their damn sweet time. But I'm loving the dark humour in this. Finally, and it is the last issue of Scotty Young's I Hate Fairyland, issue number 5. Unfortunately, the last 4 issues I've had the variant I Fairyland, but he didn't have any left this week, so I missed out on that. So I've just got the regular cover, which is a bit of a shame given that this is the last issue. I would have liked to have all the variants, but hey ho, it's a comic book. It'll still have the same story inside, and that's what I'm interested in. Thank you all. That's all my books this week. I did see again some number 1s. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I've got my mindset that there are books coming out in the next couple of months that I do want, and I don't want to overextend myself by picking up other ones along the way. Maybe with titles coming to an end, that might give me a chance to pick up some more, but I've already put down 3 books on my pull list that are coming out in the next couple of months, so I don't want to be putting any more on. There was Power Man and Iron Fist. That was a new one out this week. I did see something else. I think it was from Image. I can't remember its name. But let me know in the comment section below what you picked up this week. Anything that I didn't. Tell me how much you were enjoying it. And, you know, when you put a comment down in there, see what everyone else is saying. Have a chat with them too. Until next week, where hopefully I will have a big, huge comic book haul video from being at London Comic Mart. Obviously another pull list video, and just have a great weekend. I know I'm gonna. Bye bye.